you hear me? With Unico Williams. That's right, it's your boy. I'm back with another one coming at you on a Thursday, the way that I love to do. You know that's my favorite day of the week, right? You know why? Well, I was born on a Thursday. So good to be back with everybody again. I'm so excited. Fresh off of another episode 2 of The Bubble. That's my other show that I'm on with Ian. Today we got Adam on the show out of Florida. So we had a whole Indianapolis, Muncie, Yorktown, Florida thing going on today. That was dope. We had a great episode, so that'll be coming out soon. So keep your eyes tuned. It's all basketball. Everything The Bubble. That's what this is about to be. So could be a mini series. It could be a lot of things, but we're going to make it grow. We're going to do our own thing. I might have my own channel when it's all done with it. So with all that being said, I'm so happy to be amongst you all again today. A lot going on today. We actually got a full show. Let's see here. So before I get it going, I need to put some light on this real quick. Now this weekend, August 8th, at Heakin Park, they are having a back-to-school youth day. It's going down. Shout out to Jasmine Taylor. Shout out to old Kyla Moore. I see you. It's going down. So they got donations and all that stuff together to get all the kids back to school, because I believe that Muncie Community Schools will be starting next week. So here's the deal. Here's the itinerary. So it's at Heakin Park, August 8th, this Saturday, from 1:30 to 7:30. Now, this is a very important part. Mask up, no drama. That's it. There shouldn't be no drama at any type of youth day, anything. But just want to just remind you, no drama. We ain't doing all that. No, we're not doing that. We got a basketball tournament that starts at 2. And I'm going to go ahead and swing by and have a couple of things to say. So don't worry about it. We're going to have a good time out there. Looks like Phenom basketball team going to be out there, showcase. And the winning team will receive a grand prize. Also, there will be a giveaway. They're going to have a mini stage at 5 o'clock. There's going to be a raffle. And it's going to be a giveaway for the parents and the kids, in an effort to get ready for this this school year that's coming up. This is going to be a very different school year. I know that people have different thoughts on how they want to approach school. It wouldn't be fair unless I said how I feel about it. I feel like schools are reopening way too quickly. I feel like we're not out of this yet. I feel like the schools should probably open up after we got this thing figured out, as far as like vaccine and all that kind of stuff. There's no answer at this point. It's just like, hey, just be safe and stay distant from people and wear a mask and all that. We need something that's tangible before we put these kids out here, in a sense, I feel like, in harm's way. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just going off of what doctors are saying. So I'm not, do what you do. It's your family, it's your kids, it's all that. I get that. I just want everybody to come in with a sense of this school year, be safe. I saw some images, actually. Some kids down in Georgia, they took pictures of what's going on in the schools, in their hallways, as they're returning back to school. Are they packed up like some sardines? Do you hear me? And they say 10% of the kids are wearing masks. Like, I just don't want this to turn into... I don't want it to end badly. Honestly, the people that don't believe in Corona, I want you to be right. I really want you to be right. I want you to be like, the kids gonna be cool. They might be under the weather for a couple of days. They'll be all right. I want that to be the case. But I hate for the children to be put in harm's way when we cannot put them in harm's way. But again, I hope the people that are anti all that and don't believe in this, I hope you're right. I want you to be right. I want y'all to look back. Y'all will see y'all scared. Y'all was scared. I want y'all to say that at the end of the day. we got to be careful, especially about them babies. Now, do you hear me? This past weekend, again, we're being very safe out there. Stop the Violence Basketball Tournament 2020. Here's the recap. It's a very good game. I enjoyed every minute of it. The city was out there. It was what it was. A lot of masks out there. Some social distancing. We had a good turnout. I enjoyed myself. It was good to be back amongst the people because I haven't been amongst the people since the Black History Month game. So it was very good to be back amongst the people that I love so much, which is all of you, and have a good time and just let everything go for a little bit. And that's what we did. We had a great time. So let's talk about that All-Star game first, and then we'll get into the end result of Stop the Violence Basketball Tournament 2020. So it was a very back and forth game. And let's take it to the fourth quarter, because it was back and forth. A lot of great shots by a lot of different people. It was a good game. But let's take it to the fourth quarter. At some point, somebody was going to the line for free throws. Somebody I care about just so much. I care about him so much. He an MVP if I ever met one. Well, there's a couple of disagreements with the refs in regards to some things, and Central was up at that point. Just giving you an idea of what was going on. Central was up at that point. And the refs called the game. They left. They literally left the game, leaving both teams out there. Shout out to T-Bone. Leaving both teams out there. And that was that in a sense was the conclusion of the game. Central was up. That's the official, in a sense, winner. But Chris Dillard and Malik Philly, they decided to grab the whistles and keep the game going. So the game went going after winning the 2 overtimes. And Southside, at the end of the day, on the scoreboard, had more points than Central after, in a sense, what some people feel like was the end of regulation. It was over when the refs left. Ask Kelly King if you want to know the rules. I'm just saying, just the rules. It was over when the refs left. That was it. Central was up. You called the game. Central won. That's the first outcome. The second outcome was they continued the game with the score as it was after all the bickering and all that stuff that was going on. They got it. Southside, at the end of the day, in an unconventional fashion. And let me just make this clear. Let me make this clear. I'm not on either side. I am a professional, okay? I'm a professional. I call it down the middle. Call it like I see it. And there was 2 outcomes to this one. So there was an official outcome, and then there's another outcome. So both teams, in a sense, won, but Southside, they got the trophy for that one. Later on, we would run into Saturday. It's supposed to rain all day. Did that, okay? And everybody got the word out. We put in that it would be postponed. And then it turned out that they did a championship Sunday. They did a championship Sunday, one and done day, what I like to call it. And they did that at the Boys and Girls Club, and they concluded it at McCullough Park. Let me talk about this one. Now, shout out to the team that won. Tracy was on there, Cuz was on there. I'm here for all that. Mark White was on there. I see you lifting weights, man. Make sure y'all go out there and holler at him. Get your life together. Get your physical together. You feel me? And then you can open your shirt up like me. But that team won. Now I'm hearing reports that some teams were, when they decided to continue the tournament and give it its conclusion, now I'm hearing some teams was partying like Rodman on that Bull Six tournament. I mean sixth championship game. That's what I'm hearing. That's words on the street. They had been done, not thinking about the tournament at all. And they enjoyed their weekend. Then Sunday they received a phone call like, get your team together. That, and the third. Some teams were not ready. And I gotta go on it. I gotta go with this. And this is gonna bring a lot of intrigue to next year's tournament. Because everything will be better. I feel like we're gonna start getting in the right. We're gonna start doing right. We're gonna do our best to get this corona up out of here. We're gonna have a full tournament. Mother Nature's gonna act right, and then we'll have a champion. But this year, I'm gonna say it. Asterisk by the champion's name. There's a lot of good teams that played. And there were some other teams that asterisk. This ain't like the bubble. This is not like the bubble right now. This is different. And that's where I stand with this Stop the Violence Basketball Championship. Stop the Violence Weekend, the champion. Come back and do it again next year. Make it to the championship game next year. I'm talking to you, Tracy. I'm talking to all y'all. Dalbo was out there too. Oh, Dal Strong. Y'all good players. But let's get it together. Because this was a different year. This is a different year. Just like the NBA, it was a bubble concept. But this game, this championship game, and that championship Sunday, 100%. Players only, that kind of thing. Had to be careful. I don't think everybody was at full strength. And there's nothing like having a crowd around you from your city or the people that support you, that kind of thing. So the champion's a champion. You can't take that away from them. But you got to side eye them a little bit. That's what so we'll see what happens next summer. In other news, it came out of New York today that the NRA, National Rifle Association, I think they got put together in 1870 something to that effect. But the Attorney General of New York decided to bring them to the forefront. And surprise, surprise, the people at the top, because let's be real, what NRA is. They are a nonprofit charitable organization. So people give their money because this is their calling card. This is their slogan. You know, we're gonna keep your right. We're gonna protect your right to the Second Amendment. We just need a couple dollars though. We just need a couple dollars. That's it. So if you want to go ahead and be a member of the NRA and just donate a little bit, you know, every now and then, we're gonna take care of you. Make sure that you can open carry, do all that excessive stuff, whatever it is with the gun stuff. Like I said, y'all know me, I don't believe in guns, but I do believe why they're necessary. Trust that. And we're going to get into some of that gun violence stuff here in a second. But when it comes down to it, the people at the top were siphoning money to themselves in their own pockets. Is that a surprise to you at this point? Why did it take until 2020 for, now I've seen churches do this. We're nonprofit. Pastors riding around in BMWs, chains, all that. Now this chain here, y'all think I'm fly. Charlotte Ruse. Shout out to them. I know. Rest in peace, Charlotte Ruse, honestly. But that's how that happens. These nonprofit organizations come together, say that we're doing this for you. You believe in gun rights, right? You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When I use that accent, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Some may have on a red hat. But I'm not here to talk about that right now. But we know this for sure. We know this for sure. Is that people at the top put a couple of dollars in their pockets that you donating. Happens in Christianity. People have used the Bible for years to push an agenda. Maybe it's their own agenda. Maybe it's to push the pockets together. You know how that goes. You know how that goes. NRA, not different at all. And I know that they were a big proponent of what happened in a couple of falls ago, 4 years ago, you know, when old Trump got in office. And I'm not going to be that guy to be trying to be all political right now. But we know what this is. And when the NRA puts themselves behind a certain cause, they have a big following about this whole Second Amendment stuff. And then you look up the people that you're giving your money to, they living much better than you. You sitting in this, I'm not saying these are the type of people, but let me just come up with an example. Just an example. This is a random example. This is not saying this is how the majority of those people are. I'm not saying that at all. Just an example. You're sitting in your trailer somewhere in Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, somewhere like that, Texas. Sitting in your trailer. You got all these guns around you. And you talking about your Second Amendment right, and you get a letter in the mail like, hey, pay your dues to NRA. And you put your hard-earned $20, $30, $45, $50 into the envelope, along with the rest of Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina. I'm sure some people in the North Carolina. You put your money into that pot and you give it to them. And you say that these people are standing up on Capitol Hill fighting for my right. My right. And little do you know, $64 million siphoned out of the NRA and going towards the big wigs. They living good because they're not sitting in their trailer, just holding their rifle, just holding their guns, protecting their Second Amendment right. They're not doing that. Man, they in a pool sitting somewhere chilling with a baddie. Why you sitting over there with old girl chilling over there in that trailer right there with you? About 5 or 6 of your kids. Asking you, how much money you bring home today, Cletus? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, this is not about all Cletuses. That's just the first name that came to my mind. They're using you to make themselves richer. They don't believe in the same values as you. They just believe that, let me throw this back out here. Then let's go down memory lane for just a second. And you know, I usually like to make this a, fun show. This over. Let's go down memory lane for a second. President Trump said if he ever ran for president, he would run as Republican. Why would he do that? I don't know. Let's think about it. Because they're the most gullible. They're the easiest to get their votes. They'll go for anything. And they're playing like a fool, man. And I want my people that's all about their rights. Shout out to my people that say, y'all just need to run the ball. Shout out to them. Y'all need to wake up and look at some of this stuff because it's not all about you. And like you thinking these people are standing up for you, they're really not. It's their own vested interest. I just need you to understand that. I hate to see, you can see it in relationships, you can see it in all types of different aspects of life. People take advantage of people and their beliefs and how they feel things should be. Let me give you some news here. Y'all boys running around here, and y'all women running around here running with that rebel flag, talking about this and that. Their old Confederate flag. Y'all running around here talking about that stuff. Do you know that lasted like 2 or 3 years? Y'all act like y'all was a dynasty or something. No! You lost. You lost your second place. And you want to run with that heritage? Run with everybody that's trying to make this world a much better place. Like, what's wrong with that? Why do you want there to be so much divide? Why can't we just live in a place where we can all go to the Piggly Wiggly? And I ain't gotta put my head down or not show you no love or get kind of shitty when I nod my head at you and you don't nod back or acknowledge me. Why do you want to live in a world with such divide? I don't understand. Because best believe you can be on the losing end of that and you ain't gonna really appreciate it either. So that's where I'm at. Child. Woo! I don't understand. I just don't. I'm sorry. But this touches me wholeheartedly. When people just don't want to be any kind of unity. Like, I don't understand. I have 2 arms. I have 2 legs. I understand there's people that don't have all their appendages. But you understand what I'm saying. The basics of what I'm saying. We're all the same. My skin is different. What is it? Do you understand what's coming out of my mouth? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? That's because we speak the same language. I have the capacity to speak the same language as you. So why do we have to continue having these kind of conversations? Why do you continue to think that there's some superiority out here? Okay? I don't understand. I don't get it. I can speak just as eloquently as you. It doesn't matter. But we also take it there too. We got to get this together. I'm tired of just looking at somebody automatically, just thinking something about them. But that's on a grander scale. Okay? Let me take it to another scale. And I'm really passionate about this one. So it was reported yesterday that FBG Duck, a rapper out of Chicago, he was murdered. Gold Coast, I believe that's downtown Chicago. Shout out to my homies in Chicago. I love y'all. But he was gunned down. Rapper. He actually came to Muncie a few times. And shout out to Tony, Blue Flame, bringing them down here. They did that out there at White River. Good time. I don't believe there anything happened there. I feel like it was a good event. But FBG Duck, it has a gang affiliation. It is what it is. And he was murdered. Now we hear so much about Chicago and what's going on there and all of that. I understand. And when I was looking him up, because I hadn't listened to any of his music, but I looked him up just to kind of see what was going on. And it led me down the rabbit hole of YouTube. There's this guy named Trap Geek, and he basically just runs down like all the stuff that's going on with all the different gangs and all that. And he does these exposés, those kind of things, and lends a voice and perspective to what's going on when it comes to gang stuff. And it led me down the rabbit hole of like how different gangs started up, in Chicago, and how it expanded to New York, and how it expanded to California, how it expanded down to Texas. A lot of different things. Like I went down the rabbit hole, and I'm not sure how much of it is true. But based off of what I saw yesterday, and it kind of started when I was on Twitter, just trying to see what's going on. And there's people that have been following this whole drill music thing for a long time. That's been going on. Needless to say, I have a huge crush on Katie Got Bands. I have a huge crush on her. If she's dating somebody right now, trust me, I'm not even almost in a league to try and holler at her. But what I'm saying to you is this. So 3 weeks ago, FBG Duck came out with a song called Dead Bitches. And I listened to the song, and I wasn't quite sure. I looked in the comments to kind of see what was going on. But I looked at it, and I was like, this is mad disrespectful. Like, apparently these are people, his ops, if you will, that have passed away, and not the most nice things to say about them. And I was like, wow, this is wild. So Not saying that he had it coming or anything like that. I don't wish death on anybody. That song was mad disrespectful to a lot of people. Like, my dog died. His name was Buddy. I was like in 4th grade. And if somebody said, F you and Buddy, I would feel some type of way about it. So think about it from a human perspective. Like, you know these people. And apparently they're they're opposite side of what you believe in and all that. Man, it was disrespectful. But that led me down the rabbit hole of what it is, you know, the Chicago lifestyle, things like that. And that kind of, and I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on this. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. Don't take anything I'm saying to the bank or anything like that. This is just my opinion based off of what I've seen. And apparently there's a culture of people, different sets and things like that, different neighborhoods taking shots at other neighborhoods and the people that they have lost. And they talk about scoreboards and all that kind of thing. I don't want to go into the history of any of that. I don't, because it's a cycle. It's a cycle of going back and forth. You did this, so now we got to do that. I did this, so I know you're going to do that. Is there any way, like, can there be a point, and I'm taking it outside of that culture, can there be a point that we all just start all over? Can we do that? Is there a way that we can just start all over? I'm a human, you're a human, this, that, and the third. I live here, I live there. And then, like, let people start making their own opinions of people based off of that. Is there a way that we can do that? Because that would be sublime. I would really appreciate that. Let's start any preconceived notions that you have about anybody else or anywhere, where they came from. No, you just meet a human being and you determine if they're a good person or not based off of, you know, from the leading up to that point. Not, I automatically dislike you because you look like this or you're from this place. Like, can I just meet you as a human being and then just kind of go from there? Can we restart? Because I feel like that's what's needed. I feel like if a lot of, like, you know, gangs or different sets or white and black, Indian, Chinese, whatever, doesn't matter. Can we find a spot to can we just pick a day and say, I don't care what happened in the past, we'll move on from here. Is there a possibility for that at all? Because I would really enjoy a world that starts off like this, because so much stuff happens in our present based off of what happened in the past. Now, I'll give it to a lot of people out there. Like, there's a lot of unrest in a lot of some of these sets, neighborhoods, all that kind of thing, because they took the head down so the body will fall. Well, the body didn't fall. The body just kind of went ahead without the head. And I hate that. And I just wish that everybody could open their hearts up to not look at people from where they're from or what they look like, or like, can we start all over? Because I'm dealing with people from 1863, 1861, people like that. We're dealing with ideals from back then, and that I have to deal with this kind of stuff because you know how we do. We go into our workplaces. I'll be real with you. In some of our workplaces, there's a superiority complex. People automatically just feel like they're just better than you and more entitled than you because of how they look, their skin color. Let's be real. That sucks. I feel like everybody should be on an even plane. Can you do it or can you not? That's what it should come down to. Are you the best option for this particular thing? But it doesn't always come down to that. It always comes down to, well, what do you look like first? And then out of this section of people, who's the best out of that? No, man. It shouldn't work like that. I don't believe in that. So we'll keep our eyes on this, man. I'm hoping, and prayers to Chicago. I hope this doesn't escalate. I just hope that everybody can talk about it. I'm not from there, so I'm definitely not the voice of Chicago. I'm not. But I am the voice of people that just want peace, period. I hate hearing it. I'm not even from there, and I hear about people dying all the time. I hate it. It's sickening. Gotta stop it. Because there's bigger issues going on from a systemic standpoint. Like, what if we bring that energy to that? You know, how minorities, black people in general, have to go through different things. What if we bring that same energy that we bring to each other to the big picture? It's just a thought. It's just a thought. New music! We got a lot of new music that came out. First off, we got to shout out my boy Tay the Great. He just came out with Tay Way or No Way. The album is hot. It's on all platforms. So make sure y'all go listen to Tay the Great, Tay Way or No Way. And I had an exclusive interview with him over the past weekend at the Stop the Violence Basketball Tournament 2020. He said he got another album coming out next month. I'm very excited to hear that one as well. He ain't been in the lab working. Shout out to Kudu for providing that. Shout out to Marquise. Y'all doing y'all thing out there, and I hear y'all, and I see y'all working every single day. Freeze! Also, now I don't mean to be biased, but my cousin, Gerald B, I call him Shaq. Gerald B, he's out there in California. He's working. He's dropped he got Wave Racer that just came out. He's dropping singles left and right, dropping albums and singles all over the place. It's crazy. He's doing like 5 or 6 projects at once, and he's dropping something from everything. So 100% check him out. Shout out to Conrad. He's out there in California too, doing his thing. He's out of Anderson. Big ups to the music he's making. He's got an album coming up too. I think he's got some visuals coming in the next couple of weeks as well. Here's what I'm excited about. I woke up today. Now I did my usual routine. Get up, let my dogs out, brush my teeth while they out there doing their thing. Start making breakfast, that whole thing. Clock in. But in the midst of all that, I'm checking Twitter. I'm checking everything out. My boy, D-Bake, he's back. I gotta say, my favorite genre right now, or my most pleasurable, I have my favorite genre, but what I'm liking right now, I'm loving this scammer music right now. I really like this scammer music right now. It's so funny. It's hilarious. I love it. D-Bake dropped Scam Music today. That song is hilarious. I believe one of the lines was, scammed him out his wheelchair, now he want to run up. I love, this whole, Detroit movement as well, because a lot of cats from Detroit, they're the ones that kind of developed this style. So I feel like this style started with, Eminem, maybe, and then Our Future kind of took it, you know, the silly kind of rhymes, that kind of thing. And then it circled back around to Detroit again. And my guy, D-Bake, Scamron. I call him Scamron. He got a new album out. He got a couple new singles out. It's hilarious. I won't say that it's bad. It's not bad art. It's not bad art. I enjoy listening to it. Shout out to Lil B because it reminds me a lot of Lil B. I enjoy listening to those songs. Those are fun songs. And you got to have those. You can have the whole lyrical thing going on. And you can have the whole catchy tune kind of thing going on. And sometimes there's some songs that make you listen to every single word that is uttered out of this person's mouth because it could be hilarious. This stuff is funny. I love it. And I understand if they're being serious about this and they mean every word they're saying, I apologize. But it's entertainment. I love it. I can't wait to continue hearing more. D-Bake said we about to do the Scamasode here soon. So keep your eyes out for that. So that's the new music that's out right now. I'll keep. I got some other ones coming up. We'll talk about that on the next show. But for now, always do you hear me? With Unico Williams.